Do you want to save money on your next order of Magic cards and support the Deck Builder Society at the same time? Of course you do. Head on over to flipsidegaming.com. Use my promo code DBS at checkout, save yourself 10% off orders of $10 or more. Now, let's get on with the show. Welcome to episode number 19 of Super Budget Commander. I'm your friendly neighborhood host, Alex. Today's deck tech is all about the Lord of Flicker himself, Brago, King Eternal. If you're on a budget but still want to take your playgroup by storm, this is the deck for you. I'd also like to give a very special thank you to Voidmage Gamer for jumping in and voicing the part of Brago. So, without further ado, let's get started.
The sons of minor lords tend to have minor ambitions, but I refuse to let my birthplace define me. I rose up from the depths of mediocrity and took my rightful place as Paliano's king. Those who seek to undermine my rule will face justice. Paliano is no longer a cesspool of corruption, and I will root out anyone who seeks to do my city harm. With the power of the Custodi and their ancient magic by my side, not even death itself can end my rule. Under my immortal watch, Paliano will thrive, and I will remain its King Eternal.
Brago, King Eternal is not a commander to be taken lightly. A 2/4 flyer with a built-in ability to flicker any non-land permanents you control whenever he deals combat damage means when Brago hits the battlefield, your opponents better take notice. So let's dive in and see what the king is made of. Brago has the unique ability to squeeze double the mana out of every mana rock you play, so it makes sense that any Brago deck is going to have plenty of mana rocks. It's equally important to have plenty of mana rocks that can fetch us either white or blue, that way we never get hung up on a spell that we can't cast. Brago's Flicker ability is particularly potent with big-time mana rocks that produce 2 or more mana. In fact, artifacts like Basalt Monolith or Gilded Lotus that can produce 3 mana in one go produce an infinite Flicker combo with Brago and Strionic Resonator. Whenever you deal combat damage with Brago, you can use a mana rock like Gilded Lotus to pay for Strionic Resonator and copy Brago's triggered ability, giving you 2 flickers instead of just 1. Brago's first flicker will untap Strionic Resonator and Gilded Lotus, meaning you can pay for Strionic Resonator again to copy the second Brago trigger, which is still on the stack. This nifty little combo gets you infinite flickers and infinite mana, which you should channel into an instant speed spell because you'll lose it all when you move out of combat into your second main phase. Of course, you can skip all the infinite mana shenanigans and just repeatedly flicker Core Cartographer or Mycosynth Wellspring and get all of your basic lands onto the battlefield in a hurry. If you're a fan of drawing cards, this is the deck for you. Creatures like Cloudblazer, when they're flickered 3, 4, or even 5 times, can give you a really good grip of cards in hand. Typically, creatures like Seagate Oracle aren't going to scare anybody, but when you pair them with a powerhouse like Mentor of the Meek, the amount of cards you can draw is absolutely insane. Even more obscure cards like Sentinel Totem are great here. You can flicker it to repeatedly scry until you need to clear out some pesky graveyards and take care of business. Curator's Ward is protection for Brago, and every time you flicker him with his own ability, you get rewarded with 2 cards. Oath of Jace and Trial of Knowledge give you extra cards in hand and help you cycle out cards you no longer want. Alongside Brago, Mystic Remora's upkeep cost becomes a lot more manageable, and Monastery Siege can flicker between Khans or dragons, giving it insane versatility. And don't overlook Windfall, it's a fantastic way to rejuvenate a dead hand. Brago is the engine that makes this deck run, so it makes sense that we should get to ways to make him hexproof or unblockable as soon as possible. It's even better if you can use a creature like Heliod's Pilgrim to pull out all of our helpful auras to put us ahead, and some of the more hurtful auras to put our opponents behind. I can't express just how important creatures like Trinket Mage and Trophy Mage are. Tutor spells make gameplay so much smoother and ensure that you're always playing at your very best. The best part about removal with Brago is having the ability to flicker the same creature over and over again and make people suffer repeatedly. Prepare to receive a lot of hate when Lavinia and Rashadan Footpad keep entering the battlefield over and over again. It's a neat thing watching Man of War or Angel of Finality single-handedly ruin your opponent's game plans. And if you're tired of dealing with obnoxious artifacts and enchantments, you can have Brago issue an Act of Authority and be rid of them forever. We can also equip our opponent's creatures with fancy auras like Mind Harness and just straight up steal them, or Stupefying Touch and just turn them off for a little while. And seeing as we're in blue, we do run a few counterspells, not very many, but the ones we do run are highly efficient and great at shutting down opposing board wipes or spells that would remove Brago from the battlefield. And in case of emergency, we have spells like Dusk or Akroma's Vengeance that can restart the board state. Dusk also seconds as Dawn, which is a fantastic way to recur a bunch of creatures from our graveyard. Do you like making tokens? Lots and lots of tokens? Well, good thing Blade Splicer and Whirler Rogue are here to help. Brago's Flicker can help us generate extra creatures, or drain our opponent's life, or protect important pieces that are preventing our opponents from progressing their board states. As fun as abusing small creatures' ETBs is, it needs to lead somewhere, and that somewhere is Call for Unity. Using Brago and our other Flicker spells, we can rack up counters on Call for Unity and make our creatures into massive threats. And believe it or not, our Infinite Flicker combo featuring Brago, Great Mana Rocks, and Strionic Resonator is good for more than just infinite mana. Repeatedly flickering Reality Acid will force your opponents to exile all of their permanents. Altar of the Brood will force them to mill their entire libraries, and Inquisitor Exarch will drain all their life. Seeing as Brago is the engine that makes this machine run, it's very important to protect him from removal with spells like Swiftfoot Boots, and make him unblockable, that way we can always activate his ability with cards like Whispersilk Cloak. Once Brago is safe from harm, the next step is to severely slow our opponents down with spells like Curse of Exhaustion or Lavinia of the 10th. The combination of ETBs that slow your opponents down and force them to remove their own permanents should buy you the time you need to draw into your combo pieces or force a rage quit. The budget version of this deck features a wide variety of slow but efficient mana rocks. Ultimately, they'll get the job done, it'll just take an extra turn or two. However, if you want to elevate this deck to another level, mana rocks like Mana Crypt, Mana Vault, or Grim Monolith are game changers alongside Brago. If you're looking to have a lot of casual, Thopter-friendly fun, cards like Mind Harness or Whirler Rogue get the job done. However, if your aim is to win and win big, you're going to want to look at cards like Stasis, Aura of Silence, or Aethersworn Canonist. In the top-notch Brago lists, these sort of stacks cards shine and really can shut people out of a game in a hurry. And if you're truly heartless, you can use Parallax Wave and Tide alongside the Strionic Resonator Infinite Flicker combo to permanently get rid of your opponent's lands and creatures. I'd like to give a big shout out to my good friend Voidmage Gamer. If you haven't already, go check out his channel. There's a link to that in the description. He makes all sorts of Commander deck techs, top 10 lists, and tons of other things relating to the Commander format. When you check him out, be sure to let him know that DBS sent you. It's crazy to think that I'm almost at 20 episodes of Super Budget Commander. You guys are amazing. Your support for this series has been phenomenal, and I am so thankful for each and every one of you. So let me know in the comments below, what should I do for the very special 20th episode? And you know what's up, deck builders. Stay classy. I'll see you next time.